Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so you may notice a distinct lack of panelists. Hey, George. Um, so what we're doing is I started the broadcast just in case things were somehow strangely messed up, and we're just starting it off live, unlike the way we normally do. Where's Chirpa?
He's coming.
Okay. Unlike the way we normally do, which is starting it after everyone's here. Chirba, I've already started the broadcast just to make sure nothing breaks. Okay, so time to start the actual show proper. All right, in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Friday Night Party Line for September 4th, 2015. Today on the show, we've got George. Hey, George.
Good evening, everybody.
How you doing, George? How goes?
Not too bad. Labor Day weekend has started. I have nothing to do until Tuesday.
Hooray! And we got Nelson. Hey, Nels. How was PAX?
PAX was good, but then my gaming desktop broke.
Oh no! That's horrible.
Yeah.
So it's new computer time, huh?
It might be new computer time. I need to spec out a good computer and see if it would cost a lot of dollars.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe.
Because that answer is anything other than yes.
Well, like, we need to see if it costs an acceptable amount of dollars.
Aha.
Acceptably low amount of dollars.
Uh-huh. And we got Chirba. Hey, Chirbs. How you doing?
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm alright. Fuck all going on. Steak,
Yeah.
egg, and chips for breakfast. Can't complain about that.
Truth. All right. So, this episode we're going to be talking about a multitude of things, but in a way, all the same thing. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at some tech news recently, because lots of technology announcements have been made, and we're just gonna, say whether or not we'd buy it, and our general opinions on these very, very light moments of exposure to them. So, first up is a Bang & Olufsen's Bio Play A6. That's not the right URL at all.
Yeah, but it is Johnny Wonder.
It is Johnny Wonder.
It's the comic about ovening peppers, which was a mistake.
A big mistake. The exact link that is this one here. Link to Bang & Olufsen A6. It's $1,000, and it is up there. It contains a pair of 60 watt 5.5 inch woofers, a pair of 30 watt 0.75 inch tweeters, and a single 60 watt 1.5 inch full range speaker, each with its own amplifier. It looks rather sculpture-y. I guess it's supposed to be like a bookshelf speaker.
My question
Looks like a nice headrest.
That's what I thought. It looks like a pillow from one particular angle.
So it's $1,000, right?
Yeah.
And they couldn't stretch one piece of fabric over the whole thing. They needed to stitch two pieces together.
Well, the stitch adds acoustic coupling, you see.
I think the stitch is to give it any line, to give it some sort of aesthetic look. Because this thing is bent. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not
I
by
don't
this.
know.
I couldn't give a shit about this crap.
Yeah, this is really stupid.
It's for people who care way too much about having ridiculously expensive sound equipment, but not ridiculously good sound equipment. Not that B&O make bad stuff.
Right.
But it's still just a lot more expensive than what you'd spend getting the same sound quality just for regular fucking speakers that aren't B&O.
Yeah.
I really cannot see this, this being a particularly good speaker. I mean, considering especially the fact that it plays over Bluetooth or for Wi-Fi or DLNA, which means I don't know. I mean, you're gonna if you have a shitty network.
It means it's either going to work great or it's going to be crap.
Yeah, one
Because
of
it's never going to work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. I don't know. For a wireless speaker, I don't think it's, what's the point? It's just the look awesome. What happened?
But it doesn't look awesome, though.
What
It just
happened
looks
here?
like a
Oh, no.
pillow.
Oh no.
What
oh
happened?
no, I have died. What has happened here? Something has gone horribly, horribly wrong.
Something has
Victor.
gone wrong
Welcome
with Victor.
to Friday Night Party Line with
Oh
Jennifer.
no. Oh no.
Yeah, we're not even going
Victor,
to.
did you turn on the studio mode again? Have we lost Victor?
no.
Can he not hear us?
I can hear him. Can you
Yeah,
hear
Yeah, we
him?
can hear him. I think he doesn't realise that we can
Nothing's
hear him.
recording.
Mm.
Ah! Oh no. Okay, so
That's
you guys
amazing.
can hear me. I can't hear you, but apparently Audition decided to throw up. For like the first time ever, Audition has crashed on me.
Hmm.
Right while talking about shitty or good audio equipment too. Oh, wow, hold on. You guys got to see this. This is great. Like this is like the crashiest crash ever. This is amazing.
Oh, wow. There's a crash right
That
there.
is very crashy.
Is this our
Yeah.
official Windows 10 review?
That's all shortly.
Would you
My,
buy?
my boot drive isn't
Windows 10
working.
Expire. No, I don't think that was the particular problem.
Oh,
No, I don't want to do that. Hold on. I bought Windows 7, upgraded from that to Windows 8 using a legitimate key, and now, fucking what? Open recent.
I don't know, I haven't been having any problems with Windows 10.
What
I mean,
happened here? Crazy thing.
The biggest problem with Windows 10 is that my crazy printer drivers for my fucking weird industrial printers didn't work immediately because they were Windows 7 drivers and Windows 10 does something different with INI files.
Hold on.
That's it.
You're miming weird ass shit. Hang on, I gotta redirect the audio.
I ain't miming the goddamn thing. It's all you, brother.
Verse. All right, I can hear you now. I'm gonna.
Yeah, track marker, you're going to need a couple.
Yeah, right. Track marker.
Wait, is Audition
Yeah, the
started
track
again?
marker
Because
is a
otherwise it's
sudden
not
and
gonna help
inevitable
us.
break in file. That's what the track marker is gonna be.
Oh yeah, the fucking live viewers are probably thinking this is great fun.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
yeah. Yeah, that was really amusing to watch that completely fail for you.
Oh yeah, beautiful. Okay, it looks
Yeah,
like
we're
it
not
saved
having
all
great
the
luck today.
stuff. Looks like it saved the files, which is good.
Well, that is good.
Oh, the byte stream of the given URL is unsupported. What?
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 We're unable to open the file using any given import function. I am without words. This is insane here.
Hmm.
Huh.
Hmm.
Oh, weird. Wait, how big is this file? It's got no length. How big is this file? Size.
Well, everybody knows
0,
it's all about
okay.
the girth.
Okay, here we go. Skype 002.
Oh.
That'll drop in there just
Yeah,
fine.
I'm gonna have to have a very stern talk with a client when we are done here.
That
Okay.
sounds less than fun.
It is.
Hang on. Hang on.
Is this a talk of I provide services, you provide money?
Something like that. It is definitely going to be a fuck you pay me talk, but I'll give you the details when we're not broadcasting.
Right. Hang on. Okay, so why is that not doing anything?
Welcome to this episode of Victor Fixes Audio Problems live on air. and forgets he's muted when he starts trying to reply to that. You're still muted, Nick. Stop it.
You know what's crazy? PCI Express is still x16. It's not. It's not anymore.
Okay. Hello.
How much more do you need?
I don't know. It just seems like it's relatively old technology.
Yeah, because they insanely future-proofed it. It was
That's
so
true.
much more than we needed at the time.
What, AGP wasn't good enough for you?
I
Well,
still got shit running on AGP.
But
Yeah, my mom's
Yeah,
computer
exactly.
runs on AGP.
it was all about the AGP4X, yo.
All about the Benjamins, baby.
what was the good graphics card for that?
Voodoo 3000.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, your OpenGLs and your DirectX, they're okay, but Glide was the shit. Because you know what? It fucking worked. In a time when things really didn't work that well. Glide
wants to
fucking
bet I can
worked every
finish?
time. It was brilliant.
Who
Holy
wants to
shit.
bet I can finish a game of Rocket League before Victor gets this fixed?
Oh, wow, you can still buy
That's out there.
AGP4X graphics cards. You can buy a Radeon
Hello.
9550.
Testing. Good.
Oh, that's 8X. Where is...
That's not really, new. Just because they're selling old stock.
Okay,
No, but I'm
I've got the
surprised
problem
you can still
fixed.
buy them.
We're good. Finally.
Okay.
Hey.
Are we, doing it over again, or are we picking up where we left
No,
off?
no, no. We'll just pick up where we left off. The files are good. We're good.
Where did we leave off?
Let me roll the playback a little bit, and I'll tell you. Hang on.
Frequently not perfect line.
Okay, we left off with me questioning the point of that speaker. So we can just I will roll in a I'll roll in a nice segue. Okay. And just before I start recording for the podcast people, those of you who go back and watch the live recording on YouTube, this is the value add you get. Me panicking and fidgeting with audio equipment.
And the rest of us just laughing at him.
This is your value add, live listeners. All right, here we go. Starting the recording in 3, 2, 1. So moving on to the next bit of gadgetry here. Samsung has finally has put out a as Engadget calls it, an elegant smartwatch in the Gear 2. It's round.
Oh,
It looks
boy.
kind of rubbery. Looks kind of like a sports watch, but they've got it's got this cool rotating dial thing. The what's it called? The bezel of
The bezel.
watch? Yeah, it's rotating, and that is itself a button kind of or a controller for it. I don't know, Churba, you have a gear watch, right?
Yeah. I'm just going to reach over here and grab it because it's currently on charge. But yeah, I've got the Gear Fit.
What do you think? Do you think this new version is better, or would convince you to switch, or is
I
it?
fucking hope it's better because that one's like the super bare bones model, and that's the reason I got it.
I don't think we're in the smartwatch valley yet.
Mm.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't buy this one. It looks nicer than the Gear Fit that I have, but it doesn't provide that many additional features, and the few that it does just seem a little bit half-baked.
How much does it cost?
This is going to cost.
We don't know yet, do we?
Doesn't say. Huh.
Hmm.
I'm gonna do a quick search for $.
So I see some like GIF of the guy turning the bezel, but what
Yeah.
about the one that looks like it doesn't have a turnable bezel? What
That one
happens on
also
that one?
looks. Well, it's conceivable that you can still turn it, even if it
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
look
probably
like
just
it
a
has one.
smooth bezel instead of a textured one, which seems
Yeah.
like the worst idea.
Right?
Yeah, I think that's.
Why would you do that?
Well,
That does not make a lick of sense.
apparently these watches have built-in Wi-Fi, and there's going to
Oh.
be a 3G version. So ostensibly it could function on its own. But I
That's
think at that point
interesting.
we're heading into the Chinese knockoff smartwatch range of functionality.
Okay, you can fucking type messages on this phone. That looks like the thing I would want to do least. Though on the upside, it's using that old style numerical keypad kind of typing, so the skills I learned in high school will finally be useful again.
Yeah, my mom has
Yeah,
a
like that.
my mom has a like a $30 dumb phone, I guess, or just phone. And she asked me to put in all her contacts. She's like, I can't do it. And I after like the first couple of contacts, I suddenly that high school skill set of typing in T9 suddenly just and noticeably clicked back in, and I was going tick 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 tick.
I never had such a skill set.
Really?
Nope.
Oh man. When I was in high school, the hot skill was
I was
being able
I was
to.
that asshole who called people.
What?
Because I was just like, well, I have a phone. It makes calls. Why the fuck am I doing all this stupid typing?
When I was in high school, the hot skill was to be able to type messages without looking at your phone. So you
Oh,
just like
yeah.
have your phone under your desk and type messages while looking at something else.
But how would you read the messages?
You fucking look at the phone when you're done, George. Good God, man.
Right?
Yeah, my Nokia just fucking beamed messages into my eyeballs. Google Glass, I'm the bionic man over here.
Speaking of
Jesus Christ. Considering
speaking
a
of
Does,
Nokia is
does the
bullshit,
battery
that
last
looks like
longer than a
fucking
day?
no, of course it doesn't last longer than a
No.
day. Look at it, thing; it's fucking tiny.
It's got a gig and a half of RAM. What the fuck does it do?
Where
That
the fuck do they
Well,
put it?
all the time, really, precisely.
No, I'm sorry. It requires an Android device with a gig and a half of RAM.
yeah.
Never mind.
It itself does not run Android. It runs Tizen.
That is worrisome.
Not really. No.
Yeah, I like the Gearfit because the battery lasts for basically ever. Unless you are using it constantly because you forget to take it out of sleep recording mode and it dies, which I've done on a couple of occasions. Which is why it's on charge right now, actually.
We reserve our buy don't buy opinion until a price comes out. So let's move on to the next thing. Decidedly more appealing and probably a lot more on the buy side. The Disney Millennium Falcon quadcopter, which they call a drone, but it is a quadcopter.
Nope, would not buy.
Really?
Would not personally buy, but it's neat.
It is neat, but yeah, no, I wouldn't buy that because I don't need a quadcopter toy. If I wanted a quadcopter toy, I'd build one for less than they're going to charge me for that anyway, and it'll go much faster.
Okay. Well, first off, it's not at a quadcopter price. Let me look up the actual price of this thing, because it's made by Airhogs, which is known for making cheap children's toys. Here we go. Shopping. This is Here we go. Wow, that is not cheap. That is really not cheap. That is
What's the number?
Okay, I'm seeing one place selling it for $189.
Ooh, they're going for 250 on eBay.
Well, yeah, on eBay.
Nope.
There we go. Flying Falcon. Oh no, that's the old Hasbro one.
Yeah, the
Wow.
lowest they're hitting on eBay is 150. Most
Yeah.
of them are like 190, $200.
Well, that's what happens. High
I'm
appeal.
reminded of a Top Gear quote actually here. When they're talking about Christmas presents, and it's like, old people who are watching, if you have a nephew who's into cars, what they like are cars, not car-themed hand towels. It's like, I like Star Wars. I don't need a Star Wars-themed quadcopter. I just don't. Sorry.
One in my life. I kind of need one of these. It's just so cool.
No.
I saw a video of it. It flies. When it's going through the air, it looks like a flying Millennium Falcon. It's pretty cool.
Alright, so Victor's all for it.
I'm all for it. I'm not $150 all for it, especially when I could get another quadcopter at one of the few Radio Shacks that are remaining for like $40, $30. I'm willing to pay for the licensing of it and pay like at most $80 for this thing. But no, not like 150. No way. Yeah. All right. Well, we got pretty much a resounding no for that one, at least at that price point. Next, Google's On Hub, the wireless router from Google with something like 16 antennas, and it looks like a what is it? The Amazon. What's her face? What the hell do they call it? Amazon.
Echo?
There you go. Echo.
So
Wow.
as a tech professional, the last thing I want in the world is a router I can't control.
Yep.
It's just nope, do not want.
No.
A friend of mine who is an engineer at Google tells me that they're actually pretty good.
I have no doubt.
Technically speaking.
I have no doubt that they
Good
work.
routers. Yeah.
It's just that they update themselves. Google can push anything they want to this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
But for like,
it's like no. I don't
for
want.
like a non-techie person, that is what you want.
Absolutely. For
Yeah.
someone else, this is fantastic. For me,
grandma,
though,
this is
no.
perfect for grandma.
This is perfect for grandma.
This is not
This
for
is
us.
perfect for my parents. This is perfect for
Yeah.
any number of most people.
Yep. Yeah. This is, but you know what? You know what kills it? The price.
How much is it?
$300.
That's I think the same price as the Apple's fancy one.
No.
Is it
No. You don't need
Apple-
a $300 router unless you're like running a server, a public-facing server from your home. And even then, you wouldn't buy that.
Those cost a lot more than $300.
Yeah.
I would no.
That's neither here nor there. But
no. Even like the newest,
I don't know.
the top of the line,
$300. If you're
the
not
top
a tech,
of the line,
It's
wireless AC router, one of those ridiculous ones with like gigabit everything and 18 antennas and all that crap. That's like even like $250.
so it's $50 more.
$50 more for a router. If
This-
you are, hold on, if you're the person, if you're not the techie person who can set up that router, this is for $50 more the router that just fucking works.
Yep.
That doesn't
I
sound like a
also-
bad idea.
As a
$50
it.
not to have to deal with fucking sorting router problems out for everyone else I know.
But even
Yeah, as a techie person, guess what router I have?
You have an old
WRT
WRT.
54G?
Oh no, I wish I used to. It finally died. No,
Actually got one of
it
those
died,
somewhere.
and the router that I got was the bullshit Apple shitty router because it works. And when I say, "Hey, do a firmware update," it just does a firmware update, and I can configure it from my phone, and I don't need to do quality of service or bandwidth monitoring. I don't need any of that.
I don't need any of that either.
Yeah.
I dick around with it, and usually I make things worse.
You know what?
Like,
I just bought a router. It's the TP-Link. God, I want to say TP-Link Archer C7, and it's fantastic. It's great. You know, I could if I hadn't done anything to configure it, it would have just worked. It had all the information. Here's the access point name. Here's the password. It's a good password. And if you just use it, everything worked. I went in and I fiddled a little bit, and it still works just fine. It's amazing, and I'm getting my maximum internet connection throughput through that router. It's great. But I don't see $300
I have
for
a
this.
hideously overcomplicated home network. So
I don't know.
I used to have complicated networks, and then I was like, I have a handful of devices. I don't run any servers out in my home anymore. I don't need to do anything.
Yeah.
See, I've got like no less than 13 devices connected to my network at any given time.
2, 3, 4.
So
what does that have to do with anything?
you need
7.
you need
8. I have maybe 8
I need
devices.
a network that I can fiddle with. I can see the appeal of having the network you don't have to fiddle with, but I don't see that appeal as
Victor,
being
you
worth.
need DHCP. That's it.
Yeah. Well, not even that.
I don't want to get into the complicated nature of my home network just at this particular moment, but I don't see that no mess functionality, that no fiddle functionality, being worth the $300 price tag.
If you're like an
I
old
don't
person.
know. This is a router that will update itself. I have a very fancy laptop that runs firewall firmware, and even it doesn't update itself.
It's got only one internal Ethernet port.
So
I'm just going to say that this conversation has reminded me that I should probably update my router at some point.
well, here you go. You got a $300 squid. Google squid.
So considering that my router is pretty decent and cost me $80, I think I'm not paying the extra just so that I don't have to occasionally prod it with a laptop every couple of months.
Right.
No, it says you just need to plug in a switch to this thing. That's it.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
so
I've already got a switch. I'm just too stupid
router,
to figure out how to make my computer connect to it without having to actually take a computer upstairs to connect to it.
Hold on a second. So the router that you don't have to configure anything for, that's the reason why it's going to be so great. You just have to connect it, and Google will do everything, and it'll be great. You say, oh sure, plug a switch into it.
Well, if you want more wired connections.
If you want more wired connections.
Yeah. I
don't know. As much as I love
connection in my apartment. That's my desktop. That's it.
As much as I love, wired connections, I have lots of actually wired connections in my house, but I know I'm in the minority. Most people use wireless now because there are no wires.
Yeah, and also wireless in is the best thing. Like
no wireless.
Disagree,
AC.
but okay.
Or AC, right? That's what it is.
Right.
That's the new one.
Still disagree.
What?
Yeah.
The fundamental flaw of wireless as a networking concept is you have to share one wire. there's only this tiny little bit of the electromagnetic spectrum that you are all communicating on. You are sharing one wire all
That's
the
true.
time. That is the reason that I don't like wireless. And you know what? It's fine for my phone. I don't give a fuck for my phone, but for my
Well, I let all the plebs stick in on the 2.4 gigahertz, and I live in the 5 gigahertz. I'm flying above them.
All right. Okay, so we're
That's pretty much
gonna
what I do.
we are clearly mixed on this Google router
I
on
think
multiple different points.
I think we all agree we personally wouldn't buy it, but
Correct.
we might buy it for our parents.
Maybe. Yeah. The next thing on the list is Wacom's Bamboo Spark Smart Folio. It's not an app, even though the Wacom name may evoke a nice little, digital tablet. This bamboo here I'm holding in my hand, that you use for drawing on a computer. This is actually a digital pen technology, which the digital pen is what captures your scribbles onto the special paper, and it puts down ink. So if you like drawing on ink and drawing on paper with ink, this will hold your pages, holds up to 100 pages. 8 hours of battery life, recharges via USB. It is $160.
Oh, no, I wouldn't buy that.
Thoughts?
I wouldn't buy it, but it's a neat concept, and I hope, 3 revisions down the line, it becomes like the Kindle. I could see that becoming eventually how modern Kindles are, because the first Kindles were not great.
Yeah.
And now they're excellent.
I wouldn't buy it because I have been burned with by digital pen technology in the past. It never really works too well, and they always give it to you in some proprietary format. So unless they're saying, oh yeah, we'll give it to you as like a PDF or a bitmap or something like that, I wouldn't buy it.
I don't know. I think
Bamboo has managed to break the barrier on useless price displays. It's displaying the site to me in English. It is displaying the price to me in yen.
Well, because it knows where in the world you are.
We do not use fucking yen here.
So I honestly have no idea what the fuck this thing is. I don't get it. I don't know.
You see the pen, George?
I see a pen.
You take the pen and you draw on that specific special kind of paper, and then you hook up the pen via USB to your computer, and you can download what you drew on the paper.
So does it actually put ink on the paper?
Yes.
How much is the paper?
The paper is $10. I'm sorry. The pen uses special ink. 10 per packet.
I think you can just use regular paper.
Yeah, I think you can use regular paper, but you need the special ink.
I don't know why.
How much is the special ink? And how much
$10
is it?
for a 3-pack. $10 for a 3-pack.
It's ink.
It's ink.
George, it's ink. It's gonna be pricey.
I am not a drawing person. I don't art. This is the most creative I get. Mostly I build things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, no buy across the board, right?
Yeah. But we are also not arty people, so.
Yeah, I would say.
Well, not that kind of art. Sure, but you and I are both arty people, just not that specific kind.
If it progressed in the way that the Kindle progressed, then maybe in 5 years it might be interesting.
Then why wouldn't we just, if the Kindle progresses the same way, we could just draw on the Kindle.
That's true.
There's also any number of actually really good drawing apps for phones now.
Look, I got the Note 4. I can draw on it pretty well. It's really good for drawing. I like the stylus. It's nice. I got the
I think I have
Snow app.
I think I have a Palm TX somewhere that I could join you as stylus pals.
Okay, look, it's very nice for drawing on. I can draw a little happy face very easily. Happy face. You can do my little happy face that I drew. See? Happy face.
Hey.
Oh,
There you
happy.
go. Very happy. Very, very happy. Happy, happy, joy, joy. All right. Moving along. The LG roll-up keyboard. Boop.
Roll up.
The idea is that it rolls up around a center shaft and becomes a nice little thing you toss in. Yeah, shut up. A little thing you toss in your bag and connects via Bluetooth. And it can actually connect to 2 Bluetooth devices at once. Thoughts?
It says in the headline of the review of the keyboard that it is predictably uncomfortable.
Comfortable. Yeah.
There are
Because-
roll-up keyboards that are just cloth with scissor key switches, scissor switches.
But they are terrible.
They're more comfortable than what this looks like.
Why
don't
do you
know.
want to connect to 2 Bluetooth devices at once?
That's a good question.
Okay, so say you're typing a whatever on your tablet, right?
You're
You
typing
get a text message.
You're
You
typing
get a
an
text
email
message on
to
your
your
phone.
wife on your laptop, and you're typing a text message to your mistress on your phone. But you really don't want to hurt your fingers, so you want to lean back and use a little keyboard.
So, I really liked it when it first came out, but I'm feeling that this uncomfortableness, the idea of uncomfortableness, makes sense. But then again, no portable keyboard I have ever used has ever been comfortable.
I disagree, only because wherever it
You
is,
own one.
the Bluetooth Apple keyboard is. If you're used to Apple keyboards, it is an Apple keyboard.
Yeah, but it's a crappy keyboard.
It works.
Right. That's like saying if you're used to, driving a bicycle backwards, it's a backwards bicycle. It's just,
A lot, but the thing is, a
mean
lot
it's
of people are
good.
used to the Apple keyboard.
Yeah.
that doesn't mean it's
I
good.
can go to any Apple computer and start typing, and I'm just typing away.
And
And when I want something more prestigious, I get my clicky clacky keyboard.
a lot of people knew how to drive Model Ts too. That didn't make their controls good.
Well, I would argue that they were good for their time compared to all the other shitty horseless carriages.
Solves a problem that really ought to be solved by something else, namely voice recognition.
Maybe.
One
Or
day.
keyboards woven into our clothing. That's what you really want. 2 things
What?
on your thighs, on your pants or your shorts, and you just sit there and you just type away.
That sounds like the
That's-
stupidest thing ever.
Does sound like the stupidest thing ever, but it also doesn't sound like the worst idea ever.
Yeah. Well, because they're working on cloth with various computers inside them. They have been for like 20 years.
Jeez.
You get your keyboard
Come
on your pants, and you're just typing away, just sitting down. Not the worst idea.
So I mostly just have no need for a uncomfortable portable keyboard.
Okay.
Yeah.
This next thing sounds like something I don't think really any of us would use. What it is, it's called the Samsung Sleep Sense. You put it under your mattress or whatever you sleep on, and when it detects that you've fallen asleep, it shuts off your television.
This is so dumb.
Not
Yes.
gonna ever use this thing.
And it connects to your phone. So you can track your sleep data. And it can do things like turn off your lights, your TV, lower the air conditioning, because, people sleep better when it's cold.
You're asleep. You can't handle any of those things. Gotta use an app for it.
That's
It's not like
the
TVs have
worst.
like sleep timers, or people turn. I mean, because everybody falls asleep with the lights on maximum intensity, and
Of course.
it solves the problem of turning them off when you're awake or you're asleep.
Can't turn them off. You're already asleep. What you gonna do?
This is so stupid. If you want to track your sleep, there's much cheaper ways of doing it. They're called, like the Fitbit things, or
you hire a personal valet and have them watch you while you sleep, and they tell you in the morning, "Sir slept very well last night."
I used to be a valet, and you could not pay me enough to fucking watch people while they sleep.
Not to mention how creepy it is. So, ridiculous? Yes?
Yes.
Really, George?
Really?
I don't know. I
Are you
like
gonna fall
sleep
asleep?
tracking things. I really do. I love graphs.
But there are cheaper things
cheaper
that will
graphs.
also track your sleep and are
I
useful
know.
for other things, George.
I know, but graphs.
Okay.
I probably
well,
wouldn't
George,
buy it,
George.
but
Okay, George.
this
well,
is like the
when
first
you get
thing
your
that I might buy.
Samsung thing, when you get your Samsung bed mat, track your sleep. When you get your Samsung bed mat that'll track your sleep, you can use it to control you're the latest in Philips Hue Wi-Fi light bulbs.
I really do like the Philips Hue. They were a great idea. They're too expensive.
Yeah.
They're way too expensive, but they are fantastic. Everything I've heard about them is glowing. Except they are like $20 light bulbs.
Oh, they're only $20.
Shame, Nelson.
Per light
Shame.
bulb. What?
Well, this one is going to be a $40 kit for a light bulb and the wireless dimmer switch.
Yeah, I got a wireless dimmer switch for you right here. It's called my telephone.
Yeah, but most people wouldn't want to, most people would like to give other people the chance to turn on the light into the room they're going into.
Don't touch my
So,
lights.
a wall-mounted dimmer switch.
On the flip side here, I don't like the concept.
Hello. Flip side, because it's a.
I like the concept of
Yeah.
a light switch. I have to put batteries in.
That's a good point.
Well, ostensibly, you could just wire this into the mains. Put it in the place of the light switch that's already there.
Well, but then you need to have some kind of switch that tells it if it should get power or not.
No, it could just pass the power through. All right. My thing with these bulbs is that they're just too expensive.
They're way too expensive.
Yeah.
They have an open API though, which is fantastic.
I have
This is
no,
good.
no need of a wireless light bulb.
Well, the thing is, colors.
I
But
don't
this
need.
isn't a color. It's just a white.
Oh, don't get the white one. Yeah. I imagine you could probably use that dimmer switch with the regular colorful ones, though, right?
Trotting out a wireless dimming kit that turns any white hue bulb, one included in the box, into a dimmable light. Your real challenge is finding a place to mount the holder for the battery-powered remote.
Oh, so it is battery powered.
Yeah.
Well, that's just stupid.
Well, where is it going to go?
In the place of a light switch.
You just get an Arduino, get a light switch front flippy bit, hook it up to the Arduino, hook the Arduino up to a Wi-Fi module, connect it to your Wi-Fi. Oh, you have to program it first. and then put it in the wall. And there you go, bada bing, bada boom.
Well, thank you, Mr. Nelson Goldberg.
Yeah, I don't think any of us are buying this one.
No way.
Not at this price. I might, however, buy the Panasonic revival of the Technic turntable. It's so nice.
Oh,
It's they're
fuck
apparently
that.
reviving the Technic SL 1200.
Hmm.
Oh no! Have I died again?
No.
No, you're good.
I've died again.
No.
What has
No,
happened?
Victor, you haven't died. You're fine.
This is hang on. Hang on. I've died again. Apparently.
Hmm.
We heard you twice the first time, Victor.
Fucking what?
Yeah, but I don't think he hears us.
Fucking amazing.
I can hear
Why
you.
does he keep telling us?
Hang on. Unplug that, plug that in, save the session, and restart Adobe. Adobe. Close, restart.
What can I fucking do with a doobie? Jesus.
Adobe. Adobe.
Can't
All
believe
right.
I'm talking
Is
about a
he
fucking
okay?
record player.
Alright, I gotta close my door because people are being excessively loud.
Excessively.
Excessively.
The ambulances are also being excessively loud.
That is excessively loud. Okay. What? What is that? That is badness.
Is it jingling?
Oh no, it's not. That's
The doctor.
Refresh. Okay. Alright, so that got put in. Skype 001. Load. Okay, good. That worked. Okay, so we still have the audio. Hooray! I don't have to run all. Okay, let me scrub back and hear what's going on here.
This is the best.
I am
This is
so hungry.
You know what?
Yeah.
Legitimately, this is the most technical problems we've had on an episode of Friday Night Party Line ever.
Yes, it is.
Alright, let's see here. Turn that on. Let's hear where it died. Okay, so good. Right about there. Okay, so we kick back off. Let me erase this bit.
Hey,
This must
could-
be thrilling radio.
Haha.
31.
Yep.
Ooh. Oh shit. I know what I'm gonna get for dinner.
What are you getting for dinner?
What are you getting?
There is a restaurant called Carnem. It is a steakhouse. They have a cheeseburger with dry-aged ground beef,
Uh-huh.
caramelized onion, New York sharp cheddar,
Ooh.
lettuce, maple glazed bacon,
You're
tomato.
making me feel
and
bad
french
about the
fries.
spaghetti and meatballs I'm having tonight.
That sounds like a waste of dry-aged beef.
It's real good.
Oh, I'm sure it is real good, but that should be a steak. That shouldn't be ground.
Well, they also make it in steak form if you want a steak. They make very good steaks.
Okay, so we're skipping over the Technic turntable and going straight to the last
Yeah, because there's
thing.
only two people who care, and we both buy it. So.
Yeah. We're gonna go straight to the last thing. This is gonna be the last thing we're gonna talk about. It's the Motorola 360. So I'm gonna start rolling tape, and I'll segue into it. Here is the link for you guys.
We're neither rolling nor using tape.
Is this the new one?
Yeah,
it looks like
anyway.
it.
Okay, ready? Here, and 3, 2, 1. So, resounding no on that. All right, so
Okay, wait, I bet
lastly,
you I know what you're going to talk about next.
really, what am I going to talk about next, Churba?
The Technics turntable?
Via the
No,
Oculus.
not the Technics turntable, George. But that's a very good guess. I would absolutely buy that turntable. Chirba, tell me you would buy the Technics turntable.
I would indeed buy the Technics turntable, but that's because we're both maniacs.
We are. We are.
Nelson, do you care at all about vinyl anything?
I do care about vinyl, but I don't care about DJing my records. I have a nice little portable record player that is good enough.
When was the last time you changed the needle, Nelson?
Well, the last time I used it was like a year ago.
I actively hate
So it was maybe 2
vinyl
years ago.
things.
You should always use clean neadles.
Yeah,
You should.
Your government can help you with that.
Yeah. All right. So, since Sherba hasn't ventured a guess, I'm going to tell you what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about
Yes,
the
I did. I
new.
said it was porn on the Oculus.
No, not porn on the Oculus. No. Nope. We're going to be talking about the new version, the 2015 version of the Moto 360. So, hello, Moto. They're going to be coming in 2 sizes. Going to ship late in September for $299. They are looking pretty nice. Pretty damn nice. They're now 2
very
sizes.
thick.
Yeah, but they are not as thick as some of the more crazy ones like the LG Gear or whatever.
That's true.
They're not going to have 2 band sizes, 42 millimeters and 46, and the lugs are going to have been moved out to the outside of the watch, so you can use different bands if you want.
Standard watch bands now.
Yeah, you can get watch bands. Alternatively, if you have a watch that you already like, but you do want to get the new Moto, you can take the bands off of that, your nice, well worn in, comfortable bands, and put it on the Moto.
That's what I mean. It's like it uses standard watch bands
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
So
Yeah,
I
I wouldn't buy this because I'm just not into those fucking really thick watches that a lot of people like. But I can see a lot of people buying this because they do like those kind of watches.
Well, I don't wear a watch, mostly because my phone can tell me the time. But I would definitely buy the Moto 360 because it looks really nice, and it does all the things that my phone would do without me having to take my phone out, and it's one of the more refined watches. Oh, and they moved the button from the 3 o'clock position to what looks like the 2 o'clock position. So that's going to be good because there've been a lot of people complaining about it digging into wrists. So
Yeah.
I like it. I like
Have you
this
seen
thing.
have you seen this new Asus router that looks like an octopus fucked an N gear?
It does. It looks mean. It looks really nasty looking.
It looks like it looks like an avant-garde trivet.
I think I might buy the 360.
I would definitely buy the 360.
It's a decided maybe. I don't know. It really depends on. Do I really have $300 to just spend on something frivolous like this?
I might drop some hints for to be a possible birthday present.
I would not, on account of the fact that I just don't like the shape of watch that it is.
Mm-hmm.
I like slimmer watches where I can get them in smaller watches.
Yeah.
So,
Well, the cool thing is,
I wouldn't buy it, but I'm not saying it's bad.
The cool thing is that in addition to these much more refined version of the 360, they've also put out a sport version of it, which has a rubber non-interchangeable band, and the whole thing is very rubberized. It's been sportified, is what it is, which is great if you're the athletic joggy type, but ugly as sin if you're not. So, all right. Well, we've been banging on about technology for the past 40 minutes or so.
About 30 of which was just fucking technical errors.
Shush.
And 20 minutes
Podcast
before that was
listeners.
just Craigslist postings.
Podcast listeners, you did not have to hear all the technical errors. It would have been a nice, seamless thing. In fact, I'm going to make that whole bit of the conversation go away. So we've been banging on about for the last 40 minutes about this tech. We've been going on about it, and I think that's a good place to call an end to this episode of Friday Night Party Line. So thank you to George, Nelson, Cherba. Do you guys, before we leave, do you have anything you want to plug?
I'm good.
You good? George? Plugs?
Not today.
Not today. Cherba, anything you'd specifically like to mention?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Aha. Okay. Let me just do a quick click about, see if there's anything I want to mention. Nope. No, I think I'm good. All right, so guess that's it. All right, everybody, we will see you. Well, okay, I'm going to do my best, Cherba, to not drive you nuts. You are going to hear from us next week on Acceptable Vices. There is plans for the next week, though though we have to see how that shakes out. Trying to get Rim onto the show. The idea is Derek. We play a new game with Derek, and Rim's going to be on the show. That's the idea. That's what we're working towards, but that is not at all necessarily what's going to happen. So we'll see. So you will hear from us next week on Acceptable Vices. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.